If you're looking around your home and you're feeling overwhelmed by the amount of things that you see in every room, then this video is for you, because today we're going to talk about 5 lessons I've learned from decluttering over 80% of my furniture and how you very realistically can reap these same benefits. So let's do a little backstory. Over the past 5 years, I've been decluttering. I've had you join on my journey in the past couple of years and really got very serious about decluttering probably 3 years ago. And that entailed having to really discuss with my husband and do a lot of thinking about getting rid of furniture, because that was one of the hardest things for me to declutter, was the furniture I had collected over years and years of just gathering and going to yard sales and thrift stores and never wanting to get rid of anything. I had so many pieces of furniture because I thought you had more pieces of furniture, the room would feel homey, it would make it more welcoming, and I would want to finally stay home. But what I really found is so much the opposite over the past 3 to 5 years of decluttering my furniture. These 5 lessons have radically changed the way I think about furniture and decor, and how that has helped me to not only want to be in my house, but really enjoy and reap the benefits of being home and having peace when I'm here. So one of the big things that I learned first when I was decluttering furniture is that I didn't have any kind of why. Why am I keeping this piece of furniture? Why did I buy this piece of furniture? There was no reasoning. I just went out and, like I said, I loved going to yard sales and thrift stores, so I didn't have anything in mind. I would just buy pieces of furniture. If I thought they were pretty or cute, or I was going to get a good deal on them, I would buy them. So there are some very key questions that I had to start asking myself as I was decluttering my furniture, and here's a few of them. So I would ask myself, do we really need this? How often am I using this particular piece of furniture? Am I using it every single day? Is it storing things that I need every day? And so what is the importance of this piece of furniture? Another key thing to ask yourself as you're trying to figure out your why is, will it improve my life? How is this piece of furniture improving my day-to-day living? Is it something that I constantly have to clean around and dust and I don't really have a reason why I have it here? Or is it something like my behind the couch table that I absolutely love and I use every single day, and it's extremely helpful for lots of things in my life, and so I can easily pinpoint, hey, that's my why. I would want to get this again if I was to lose it. So yes, it is helpful and improving my daily life. So the third thing I ask myself when I am trying to write down my why am I keeping this piece of furniture, is how hard is it to clean? Is it something as simple as a wet rag that I can just wipe down? Or is it something that I'm gonna have to get a professional to help me clean it? If that's the case, it's not gonna work in my house. That doesn't mean it won't work for you if you have the bandwidth for that, but I am not going to get a professional to help me clean anything in this house. So it's going to have to be up to me, and I'm gonna have to know how to clean it. All right, the second one, I guarantee you've already thought of, and you already know deep down inside of you that this is a problem for you if you have a lot of furniture. And that is, are you moving your pieces of furniture around all the time? Are they going upstairs and downstairs or in other rooms? A lot, like more than once a year. And I'm not talking about people that have a few pieces of furniture and like to try them in different rooms. That's not who I'm talking about here. I'm talking about a person like me who had tons of pieces of furniture and would switch the couches out all the time and always move the different side tables in all the different rooms because I just couldn't figure out a good pattern of the room and how to lay out the room because I had too much. That's who I'm talking about here. So if you are finding that you are constantly moving your furniture around a lot because you can't figure out how to be comfortable in that room and how to make the flow work, then it's probably a big red flag for you that you just have too many things. Because honestly, furniture is stress. I don't care how you look at it. If you love that piece, it still induces a certain amount of stress when we have to be moving it around a lot, when we have to be cleaning it a lot. It is going to induce a kind of stress. So if it is not a piece that you absolutely adore and need to have in your house, and you can answer that why easily, then it is a piece of furniture that is causing you stress, and I would just get rid of it, let it go as quickly as possible, because that's going to lead us to number 3. So the third thing has radically changed my life and has been one of the biggest things that has improved my day-to-day living with my husband and my family. So I'd love to share that with you. But before I do, if you are new here to Minimal Ease, my name is Becky Truda, and on this channel we talk about decluttering and organizing and living a minimalist life. And so if that sounds good to you, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But also, if you are on a journey of decluttering and minimizing and you're here with us sharing your story, then throw a heart emoji down below and let us know that we are all in this journey together. But number 3 is that our furniture emotionally, financially, and physically weighs us down. Now, stay with me on this. I'm going to tell you a little story. So, for years and years, my husband and I have been married for 11 years now. I bought furniture. That was something I did every weekend at yard sales and thrift stores. And I would bring all this furniture home, and then I would have to reshift all of the furniture. So couches would go upstairs or downstairs, or side tables would have to go in different places. And so I was constantly having to ask my husband to help me, or I was spending up all of my mental capacity thinking about where my furniture was going to go, where was I going to put it, and how my layout was going to be now that I brought in new pieces of furniture. That not only was emotionally very taxing on myself, but also on my family, and having to ask them to do all these things for me and carry these things for me. It was a burden. And it was a burden that I didn't realize was taking such a big toll on the both of us. Now, my husband is one of the kindest, most loving people in this entire world. And so he usually said yes, even though he might be a little grumpy, but he usually said yes and would help me. But it was just the fact that I was always having to change things. I was never happy with things. These pieces of furniture were weighing me down and making me have to make all these extra decisions that honestly I was not prepared to make. And I wanted to spend my time other places. I always wanted to leave my house because of all these decisions that I was being weighed down by. Now, of course, furniture also financially impacts us. We have to buy the pieces of furniture, which usually they're not that cheap. But then on top of that, just having to get rid of the pieces of furniture when I didn't want them anymore, which I swear, like, we rotated every couple of months what pieces of furniture had to come out because I would bring more in. So if you are anything like me, that was definitely my kryptonite. Buying pieces of furniture was my favorite thing to do, but also my downfall. So number 4 is I had put a lot of emotional and sentimental value in the last several pieces of furniture that I decluttered. And there are several reasons why I think I had done that. But what I have found is that when I was getting rid of those last 10 to 15, this wasn't every piece of furniture I had. So you might find that too. Some pieces of furniture, you're like, yes, they have been in my way. I need to just let them go. But those last few pieces, I guess I had for a lot longer. They had traveled with me and my husband to several different places that we had lived together. And so even though I knew in my heart to heart, and so did my husband, that we didn't need them, we kept them for way longer than we should have. And so I'll give you a very specific example. There is this white dresser that had traveled with us for several different houses that we had, and I really liked it. I thought it was a pretty piece of furniture. We had gotten it from this really old lady who had this beautiful house in downtown Richmond, and she had given us for like basically nothing. She was so sweet. And we took it home, and I just adored this piece of furniture for years. And so we had put it in this new house that we had. I mean, we've been living here for 7 years now, so it's not new, but when we first moved in, and I had moved it upstairs and downstairs. You guys know the drill. I had moved it everywhere. Finally, in the last year we had it, I had moved it downstairs behind our leather couch. And I had had things in it for a long time. And then, the decluttering process happened, and by the last several months, we had nothing in it. Nothing in it at all. And yet both of us were very torn about whether we should get rid of it. We kept thinking, well, what are we going to put in its place? Or what if we put it in a different room? Would we like it then? So we back and forth forever. And I think it was because we had put this value on it. We remembered getting it together. It was one of the first pieces of furniture we really both loved and enjoyed. And we had this great chat with this older woman, and she was so friendly and kind to us. So it's like we had put all this sentimental value on this piece of furniture, when in reality, we didn't need it. It was a large piece of furniture that was taking up a lot of space, and we weren't using it for anything at all. And so finally, we both decided that we were ready to get rid of it. But then, of course, you have to find the right person to buy it. And we had a couple people say they were coming to get it and then didn't get it. So that already adds more irritation to the whole thing. But I want you to look at your pieces of furniture, and instead of only remembering and reminiscing about all the wonderful things that you did with this piece of furniture, I want you to be really pragmatic. Are you using it? Is it improving your life? And if it is not improving your life and you are using it all of the time, then I very much want you to question your motives. Is it just a sentimental piece that you don't actually need? If it is a sentimental piece and you're not using it, maybe you can put it in a different room and it will find a use. But where it is right now, if you can't answer these questions, I want you to question your motives. All right, so number 5 is amazing. But before we do, I forgot that I threw a bingo sheet for decluttering down below. You're welcome to click on it. It is completely free, but it is a bingo decluttering game that I just put together, and I find it very helpful when I need a little motivation for decluttering. Number 5 is efficiency is key. How functional is your home really? When you look at it and you step back and you really survey the pieces of furniture that you have in your house, the decor you have in your house, is it functioning the way you need it to right now? Not in your dream life or not in the magazines. Is it functioning for you? Or are you constantly having to go around and snake around the pieces of furniture you have in your house? Like I said, I very much can relate to you. I have done this. I was that person. I had so many pieces of furniture in my house that I literally had to snake around my pieces of furniture, and vacuuming was atrocious. I hated vacuuming. My husband, before I started this minimalist journey, had bought me a Roomba. We got a new one, which I absolutely adore. I will link it down below, but that can only function, the Roomba can only make your life easier if you have less furniture, if your pieces of furniture are well thought out and well put in places. If you have furniture all over your room and you are having to snake around it and making your life a little bit harder, then your house is not functional. It's not efficient for what you really need. So if you have that carpet that you keep tripping over and you feel like you have to keep it because you have to have a carpet in this room, I'm letting you know now you don't have to have a carpet in that room. If you are tripping over that carpet and it's annoying you, take it out. Live without it for a month or two and see if you can live a little bit easier in that room without it. You don't have to declutter all your furniture immediately, but try room by room. Take out several pieces of furniture and see if you function day to day just a little bit easier. If when you are cleaning, it's a little bit easier. And then you might have that light bulb moment that you don't need to bring those pieces back because your life is more important than furniture. Your life is more important than the way your house looks if you want it to look like a magazine, but your functionality is more important than having a magazine perfect house. The way you live your life, I'm telling you, is going to be so much easier when you really think of pieces of furniture as functional pieces, not as decor, but as functional pieces. How is this really helping me today to live a simpler, easier life? And if you can't answer that with a yes, then live without it. All right, friends, if you enjoy learning about minimalism, then I guarantee you're gonna love one of these videos right here. So go ahead and click on one and continue your minimalist journey. And I wish you the best of luck.